freshman trotting fillies, another late closing event. And before we get into this one, Dave Brower, how about the performance we just saw from Gangster Hanover? He was off at 8-1 there, but a very impressive win.
A very big mile today to show you just how fast the track was. New lifetime mark for him with his third win, the son of Father Patrick. And you heard a little bit of the backstory, Gabe, there. You know, whenever you see bred by Brittany Farms and then co-owned, but there's a yearling price on the program, there's always a backstory. So Mr. Siegel said, you know, he wanted to buy back in with the partners there, and he was allowed to. And sure enough, look at it, a big mile today and back into the winner's circle.
Yes, hopefully we'll see good things to come. Hopefully a week 2 appearance from Gangster Hanover maybe on his resume next. Now, the 5th race, again, we spoke about it at the outset of today's broadcast, and I do the morning line, Dave, before the drivers make their selections. So in this case, Yannick Gingras listed the numbers 2, 4, and 7. At least in terms of paper, I was a bit shocked he went to the 7 Divine Equine for trainer Nancy Johansson, but I'm sure there is a very good reason for that. Made a break here in her career debut, but she did look impressive at her qualifying effort. And again, no, that selection certainly merits a lot of attention.
Well, what we talked about earlier on was I was very much looking forward to the filly by Andover Hall out on the track. I wanted to see her with my own eyes, and I'll tell you what, she's got not only a wonderful pedigree, but she's got some size to her, so that's maybe why it's taken a little bit of a while for her to come to her speed. Of course, trainer Nancy Johansson having such a wonderful season so far, she would never rush any filly, especially one that is as well bred as this and cost a couple of dollars. $150,000 out of Harrisburg for the Biasusi stable out of Florida. I'm just going to take a pass on that first start. I'm going to hope that the switch over to Yannick Gingras is going to make a little bit of a difference, and we should see a little bit more speed from her today. She's a horse that is well meant for the mile track here and in Lexington. She's got that size, and she's got a little bit of a glide. Let's see if she's got the right attitude and she wants to play today.
Yeah, that'll be the major question. Yannick seems to be keeping her quiet and scoring her down not quite as aggressively as we see him at the bank sometimes. Of course, May, as you expect there with the 2-year-old filly making her second career start. Dave, I must mention I was very impressed visually with the win last time with the 4 Torrent. This filly just coasted home, got up there to beat Mambo, who had gotten a giant head start on Torrent turning for home. But that was an impressive effort. This is a filly that's been brought along slowly for trainer Perry Ingblom. Really seems to be finding her best ride here as we move into the fall.
She seems very consistent, and she's only had 4 betting starts so far with a win and a second. And that last start when she moved, it was with authority, I guess is the best way to say that. So heading in the right direction, definitely enjoying the clay here at the Red Mile. A good second in her first betting race, and then a follow-up win here. Very well meant. It was probably a difficult decision for Yannick. Tim Tetrick, the newest Hall of Famer, will be in the sulky seat today. So Torrent going to the gate for Per Engblom, who also is having a good season. The connections, we know them as well, Brittany Farms and Al Libfeld.
The 2 lights down low, Dave. This filly got nailed in the last yards there in Delaware. Guinevere Hall seemingly came from nowhere to get up in that start, but a good effort from a trainer that does very good everywhere he races, particularly here in the Midwest. Trent Stoller, she'll move with that inside post today with a scratch.
It was actually a tough luck loss for her up at Delaware that day. She showed good speed from the outside. That was a pretty quick quarter that day. Then she yielded. She had dead aim late, and she just got run over late by Guinevere Hall for Peter Wren. So Peter Wren's actually going to get the call on this filly for Trent Stoller here. And again, that's a name that when you see that in the program here, you better pay extra special attention. This filly is by Uncle Peter. She's 6 out of 7 in the exacta, so you can't be any more consistent than that, Gabe. She hasn't made any mistakes so far, and she has what I would like to call a good versatile style. Better speed up at Delaware, but now we're stretching back out over the mile track where she performed well in her previous start, a win in 156 and 4.
And the other filly that I tossed on third that seems to be heading the right direction, a bargain yearling purchase, daughter of Donato Hanover, that's 5 Coconut Kate. And it really seems the trotting hobbles, Dave, have made all the difference. That was a stakes filly that she came up short to there, Sweet Shirley May. We'll see in action, I believe, tomorrow afternoon here. That was a very good effort. And it seems she is now heading in the right direction as well.
Yeah, Sweet Shirley May has the rail in one of those races tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing her. But Coconut Kate, you definitely hit the nail on the head there with the trotting hobbles, getting better and better and better. By Donato Hanover, Irv Miller co-owns along with Tangle Massey. I wish we had bought her for $12,000 because if she continues to perform like she did in her first start here in Lexington, she'll be worth a lot more than that.
I agree. And the Four Roses Bourbon starting gate has now moved into position. It is post time for the fifth race. It's the Be a Magician. Be a Magician, of course, the world champion. I agree.